Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video. My name is David. This channel is Tomorrow's Coaching, and I'm answering all your guys' questions from last week's video. I do this every single Monday. Please tell us your locations. Let us know where you are. Please sign and support a petition I started called Stop Narcissistic Online Bullying. It's right down below. Everyone in the world, just push it, sign it. That's it. Thank you very, very much. I want to say thank you to Carly for your donation. Thank you very, very much for donating to this channel. I appreciate you very, very much. I really do. I can't stress enough how grateful I am. I get lots of support and thanks and likes and stuff like that. But when people give me their money, it just is feels incredible. I put every money I get towards this channel. I've just built a beautiful set, and after I get some more equipment, you guys will see it. I hope you'll love it. Thank you, Carly, and thank you everybody that donates to this channel. Let's get started with the questions. There's lots of them. If I misunderstand any questions, if I miss anybody's questions, please ask me again. Thank you. JR from Tennessee. Hey, JR. Is BPD and histrionic personality a common co-occurrence or not? I don't know about the BPD and BD thing with my exes, but I can see some had both BPD and histrionic traits, especially with the dramatics, sexually provocative behavior, and impulsivity. And also with my last ex who was diagnosed with quiet BPD. Now that I think about it, I can see some possible covert traits mixed in. Is covert narcissism commonly co-occurring with quiet BPD type? Or is it a possibility? So people that are diagnosed with borderline personality disorder are 40% also diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. So it's comorbid. It's very common to have two personality disorders comorbidly diagnosed. When you cross the line into personality disorders, the traits are so overlapping. You're going to be more narcissistic than the rest of us. If you're borderline, you're going to have traits of histrionic, antisocial, narcissistic, and other clusters. There's plenty of borderlines that have lots of schizotypal traits. There's antisocial that have lots of schizoid traits, stuff like that. There's just tons of overlap. That's why there's a very distinct criteria. You got to have it to have the disorder. We all have problems. It's disorders when they cause negative effects in our lives. When it's massive pervasive patterns of this, it's typically personality disorders. With BPD and histrionic, yeah, it's very common. It's very common to be diagnosed with both. Comorbid. Look at Amber Heard. Amber Heard was literally diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and histrionic personality disorder in front of a camera in public. Crazy. And you're going to see borderlines with lots of histrionic traits, for sure. Histrionic personality disorder is diagnosed like twice as much as borderline. It's that much more common. Hope I answered your questions. Let me know, JR. Thank you. Dub Jack's Film says, hi from planet Earth, although some would disagree. London, England, to be more precise. I appreciate your independence and integrity. Big respect. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. Cowboy No Horse. South Florida loves David DeMar's coaching. Right on. Thank you. I love South Florida. All of Florida. I really do. It's my favorite state. Andrew says from West Virginia, I was in a relationship with a woman with very malignant BPD for 3 years. It was a very traumatic and life-altering experience. I wish I found your videos much sooner. It would have saved my life. I vowed to never be with someone like this again. However, since leaving her, I have encountered many women and people who have this disorder. I don't know why I track them so well. Can you talk more about some of the traits myself or some may have that make them target us more than others and so vulnerable to this? Yeah, you said the word vulnerable. Does it come down to boundary issues and codependency or something more? Thank you, David. Well, we're all different, right? I can't just blanket that for sure. What I found in all of us, every one of us, is some degree of neglect in childhood. If I could make it as easy as possible, emotional needs are the most important thing in our lives. More important than anything. We have about 10. When we enter a relationship with somebody, we need to have those needs met. problems in relationships are emotionally significant, aren't they? If they're not emotionally significant, not really a problem, really. And if they're emotionally significant, it's because one or more of our needs aren't met. I hope that makes sense. We don't have our needs met. We're neglected in childhood. Think of our parents as teachers teaching us to meet our needs unconditionally. If our parents fail to do that themselves, they have failed to teach us to do that ourselves. We, victims of borderlines in adulthood and borderlines, come from a very similar place. We identify with this type of neglect or abuse. We all have a vulnerability. That is our vulnerability. Our vulnerability is that we were neglected in childhood. And this means for every one of you, either you didn't know how to protect yourself, you didn't know how to have healthy boundaries and it went too fast, you didn't know how to make it stop or had the self-worth, things like this. All of this affected by neglect in our childhood. Okay? As we heal, and you guys need to understand there's more to heal than just recovery, than just feel better. This is just something, it's life saying, hey, look, finally fix this, finally figure this out, find out who you are, find out how to navigate life and relationships, because we need them. Does that answer your question? Anybody else have any more about that? Please ask me. Rory from Ohio. Hello, Rory. David, one thing I've learned is if and when they listen to you, they don't do that to learn or understand. They will use your words to attack. No emotional connection, Rory. You may have never once emotionally connected with your husband. Sad. They will use your words to humiliate you, especially in front of others, and to control you. They never give the whole story, just the part that makes you look like an idiot while making themselves look good. This is more an observation than a question, but if you could, would you talk about this? Thanks, David. Yeah, not your partner. No security and doesn't have your back. Shares personal things with other people. Yeah. No emotional connection, not really truly knowing who each other are and knowing what feels good and only doing that, knowing what feels bad, never doing that. The worst, the very worst, will pry for personal information as they get to know you in the beginning, and they will use it to control you, to attack you, to destroy you later. Thanks, Rory. Did I answer your question, or did I help at all? Keyboard Warrior. Don't know where you're from. Tell us your locations if you can next time. Thank you. Hi, David. Thanks for answering. No, I should have explained. I didn't accept her mother's friend request. I'm just saying it made me feel weird. It felt like her whole family were watching me. Her mom texted me before to update me after a work accident, which was fine. But then it went from WhatsApp to sending me Snapchat requests and then selfies and nudies. Just kidding. I didn't accept. Don't worry. I guess another question would be, if I see any of her family again, I know it will be awkward. We live close to each other, so how would you manage seeing them in general? Ignore them or just smile and walk on? It's making me anxious. Well, I don't tell people what to do. So if it's making you anxious, how about nothing? How about we just plan on, if we see them, we just walk away. If they come up and talk to us, we tell the person that might be with us to bail me out, ask me questions. We got to go. Look at your watch, your phone. Got to run. See ya. Just ignore them. Run. Just run. Because it doesn't matter. What matters is you protect yourself, and what matters is how you feel. What matters is you best say who you are. If someone's dangerous, we can't really use healthy boundaries and tell them the truth and stuff like that. We just need to get away from them. Yeah. So let's start with, you don't have to do anything. And if you feel any better and you want to change that reaction, if there's something you want to say or do, or just smile and walk away, then you can. Doesn't matter what you do, but you got to protect yourself. And what always feels the best is being who we are. Doing what best says who we are, what best shows who we are, what we need, what we want, how we feel, what we believe in, what we value. sticking to our values, respect, showing some respect to someone you don't respect at all, who shows you none at all, and show them an ounce of respect and walk away. Feels good about myself. I stayed true to me. That piece of shit didn't change me. Didn't make me be disrespectful when I'm trying to say I value respect. Does that help? Do nothing. Run. Does that feel better? Yeah, good. Would you want to do something more to say who you are? You can, but just protect yourself. But have a plan. It feels better to just know what you're going to do than you got so scared. And if somebody's with you, let them know. Maybe they can help you. Monkey man. Monkey monk. Don't know where you're from. Tell us your locations, please. Would love to know where you are at. How do you break away from someone who feels they own you and use violence when you try to break away from them? They're very vindictive, toxic, and crazy. This sounds like very dangerous. Very dangerous. So I'm not going to say throw up your boundaries and show them how you, tell them how they've been making you feel, and have some terms of what they can and can't do, or you're leaving them. You can't tell them you're going to leave, you're planning on leaving them in 30 days and you're taking all of your stuff and all your money and you want all the money they owe you. And no, that won't work. Is what you're saying, right? So we got to have an exit plan, and you better have some support. Do you have support already? Get more. Do you not have any? Get some. Find some. Hire some. A lot of people tell me, David, I can't afford, therapy. It's not offered through my work, things like this. There are support groups. There's all kinds of different support groups. Find them. You'll get all kinds of free information, be able to talk and feel better. Maybe make a friend, or just, maybe not try to make a friend so much as just some supportive people in your life to get through this time right now, because we have to get away from them. And maybe the best advice is to get legal advice. Go contact a lawyer, go fill out police reports, call the police, call 911 every single time they raise their voice, anytime they come to you and stop you from doing anything or put their hands on you. Run. Run. Ask me more questions about it so I can try to help you more. Thanks. Good luck. Martin Peters, don't know where you're from. Please tell us your location. Martine? Because it's Martin E. Peters. Martine Peters? Please let us know where you are. He is still threatening to contact my work and tell lies to my manager. Luckily, I have proof that he is just trying to get revenge and that he is full of bullshit. But still, I'm scared. He could also report me to the IRS or accuse me of a crime I never committed. Of course, I like all of your videos, but I don't know how to get this guy out of my scarcity mindset. I don't want to be scared anymore. Thanks for liking my videos. I'm sorry you're so scared. I know this stuff can be scary, people threatening to do stuff to you. Some of this might be illegal, blackmail, definitely harassment, maybe stalking. Okay? Go talk to a lawyer. You guys can find lawyers by calling your state bar. Your state bar will direct you to a lawyer. You can get advice for like $40. Fill out police reports. Don't look at it, don't see it, don't hear it, don't read it. You can't control him. And we can't react to everything he does. That's what he's trying to get you to do. So we can't see it. If it's making you this scared, we can't see it. People will say document it. Documenting things are a great idea. But if it's something that this scares you so much and causes so much panic and anxiety, then we can't look at it, can we? Maybe you can have a friend look at it and document it for you. But try to contact a lawyer, know what your rights are. A lot of these threats are empty threats. They can't really do much. Report a crime if you didn't commit one. They need more evidence than that. But I would stay far away from this person. Don't contact this person. That's how this person can get you into trouble. If a woman wants to call the police and make up a fake accusation and say I put my hands on her, it won't really work if her and I are 10 miles away from each other at all times and she can't prove I was near her, right? But if I go out to dinner with her after she's already threatened to do that one time, ooh. I'm really sorry. I hope you have support. Tell people around you. Try not to have this in your life as much as possible. And go find go know what your rights are. It could be as simple as a letter from a lawyer a cease and desist letter. We're going to take legal and civil action if you continue to harass my client. Hi, David, from the Netherlands again. This is, I can't pronounce that, sorry. Abigail Brewster, maybe. I like the videos. Thank you for liking them. I still have to co-parent with my BPD ex. I still get surprised by his anger. He is easily triggered. It is draining to be in his presence. How do I not cry when he gets angry? I become very quiet and feel so small when he is triggered. I realize that I do that automatically to keep myself safe. How do I not feel so small when I am in his presence? He switches from his stance a lot. It is crazy making. How do I make the most of the times he has a clear mind and acknowledges that I do have the best of mind for the children? Do you have tips for navigating his anger or sadness? I have some. If you guys have some kind of agreement, even if it's not some kind of legal binding agreement, if you have a moderator helping you, tell them these things. Tell them these things. Document these things. Record conversations if you can, if it's legal in your state. Oh, you're in the Netherlands. I don't know. You're only in contact with him for your child or children, right? You have to co-parent, so it's for one or more children. That's the only reason you're in contact with him. So all contact needs to be only about that, and he needs to clearly understand that. And anything outside of that, you don't react to it. Any accusations about the children, you don't react to it. You don't react to it. I know that we will hear, but we try not to hear. So there are apps for parents to communicate about their children through. You can use an app so all of it's documented. And you say, I'm only going to communicate through this app with you, and I'm only going to communicate about our child. Then it's all documented. Then it's only on that app, not on your phone, not in your texts, not your phone calls, not in your Facebook and all this. Block them everywhere. You don't have to have any other communication with them except about your child in one area. There's also things you can do. Say your child's 5 or 6 and goes to school now. Then say he only sees the child on the weekends. You see him through the week, or opposite, whatever it might be. Just example. You would drop the child off for school on Friday morning, and he would pick the child up from school Friday afternoon, keep him for the weekend, take him back to school Monday morning. You pick him up Monday afternoon. You don't even see each other. You could have a witness around you when you have to see him. Things like this. Okay. You can go talk to someone that knows legally what to do to help you. I hope these help. Let me know. Good luck. I'm sorry. It usually gets easier, not harder. Almost always, I've seen. Just to let you know. JR again from Tennessee. My last ex was diagnosed with quiet BPD, but I already knew it may be before that diagnosis. I think BPD could be easier to identify than NPD, especially the covert ones. I've never been with someone who has NPD, but it's just my guess. How do you know? How do you know, JR? How do you know you haven't been with somebody or just undiagnosed narcissist? All these toxic women you describe, it would be hard to believe that maybe one of them doesn't have both. They're all spectrum and functioning. So I'm going to much easier identify a higher spectrum, lower functioning narcissist than I am a higher functioning and lower spectrum, if that's what I said over here. Am I being confusing? Sorry. A higher functioning, lower spectrum narcissist. Now I'm confusing myself. I can identify you, we can identify, and I think you guys already know what I'm trying to say. Higher spectrum, lower functioning narcissist, then it would be to identify a lower spectrum, higher functioning borderline. See that? It just took many different tries. How do you know, JR? Hi from Turkey, David. Hello. It's like Bilgaham. Still trying to heal from BPD abuse after ending a 7-year relationship. It was my one and only committed relationship. We have been together since I was 18. Wow. Will that make it 25? It's been 4 months and I'm left with a deep depression. How long does this thing last? It's like it's never going to end. I can't cope. It is possible for it to never end. I can tell you what to do that. And I can tell you what to do to make it end. But it really comes down to do nothing to make it forever and do a lot to make it end sooner. What are you doing? You said trying. That's all I've heard you say. You know, if you said I've been in therapy with a counselor and a psychiatrist, and I'm in this support group and I'm reading this book about relationships, boundaries, CPTSD, and I'm exercising, and if you said all that, I could add something. But I don't see anything except waiting. Counting sheep. What are you doing to get better? If you had a really good professional helping you, you wouldn't have left the message. Get a really good professional to help you. We have the internet, so they're all over the world now. You're talking to one. You're asking one. You're asking a professional, how do I get better? I'm going to take my car, I'm going to go on YouTube, find a mechanic that makes videos and say, how do I fix my engine? Should I take it to a mechanic or just ask one? Hello, David. It's Ben from South Florida again. Hello, Ben from South Florida. I just wanted to update you that I finally have enough money to leave my toxic girlfriend. Yay. However, I'm conflicted. She told me she wanted me to leave ASAP because she needs her space. I said, okay, I will. And I found a room. Then she started saying, oh, you don't have to leave right now. We can do it a couple more times. And I don't think the room is a good fit for you. Oh, she's very concerned about where you're going, Ben. That's nice. You can stay a couple more months, she said. And she also said, I can't date a man who rents a room and doesn't own a house when she's been dating me since I've been living on the street. All she does is criticize my ability to pull myself out of homelessness. Why am I having a hard time just leaving, David? Thank you. I don't even like this woman. I hate her. Get away from her if you feel that way. We don't keep people in our life. We feel like we hate them. I just feel guilty for leaving her. It's insane. Wow. Sorry, Ben. Got to do it anyway. And then forgive yourself. Sometimes we got to do things that are tough. And sometimes people have empathy. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, do we? But we aren't responsible for them. We're only responsible for our actions, Ben. You finding your own home, nothing wrong with that, right? You have a problem with her feelings. She'll be okay. Hopefully, like the rest of us would be when someone moves out. We'd be okay. If she's not, that's her problem. Don't make it your problem, Ben. I would stick with your plan and just move out and not let this person control you and change you anymore. That's what I would do. I wrote this here. Hi, Ben, this is good. You are ready to leave. How about you just stick to your plans and not allow her to change them again? She is unstable and is not committed to you. She is using you, Ben. And she's not done, apparently. Are you done being used? Leave. It'll be empowering, I bet. It'll feel good. From South Africa. Hi, Emily. Hi, David. Why do narcissists want to control you and keep you dependent on them? Because they're dependent on you. It's not just one or the other. That's why it's called codependency, that ugly word. It's just behaviors. Your borderline, you guys like to say it, my borderline, my narcissist was dependent on you. Did you know that? Emotionally, at least. maybe financially, sexually, physically, emotionally dependent on you. And we stayed, so we have codependent behaviors. We became dependent on them. That's why it's hard to leave. That's why we get sucked back in and keep ruminating about them. That's why. They want to control you because they feel like they cannot control or manage a part of their own lives. They aren't just this self-reliant, independent person that says, you know what, I love people, but I don't need them because I give myself every single thing I need, and I just like to enjoy others' company every once in a while. Sound like a narcissist? No. I can't take care of myself. I can't make myself feel better. I'm totally insecure. I'm a total piece of shit. Can't function well in some areas of my life, and I need your help. And then as you get closer to me, can't really control or manage my life, I start controlling and managing your life. They are dependent on you, and soon you become dependent on them. Dependency is hormonal. It's stress. It's about stress. They have lots of stress because they're dysfunctional. When you have a relationship with them, it's a dysfunctional relationship. It causes stress. These stress chemicals go up and down along with the feel-good dose chemicals, causing addiction. That's what's happening. Did I answer that, Emily? Thank you. Rodriguez, Healing Family from California. Hello. It's like if you always have to perfect. Oh, no, I'm reading that. It's like if you always have to. Oh, you wrote it wrong. It's like you always have the perfect answer or thoughts to help me understand what I'm going through or why things happen. Well, awesome feedback. That's great if I make you feel that way. Thank you for helping me understand if I'm still healing or not. I will answer you now. No, I don't think I've completely healed. I totally agree with you that I'm still learning and growing from my experience, still healing and won't stop. Ex-BPD fiance is 27 years old. He would never get help for his mental illness. As he gets older, now with a new supply, will his BPD slowly get better as he gets older, or will he get worse as he gets older, since I'm sure he will never seek help? I would love your thoughts, please. Hope it makes sense. Well, some doctors, professionals, experts, if you want to call them, I'm not one, but some of them will say that people with borderline personality disorder can kind of, they say grow out of it. It's a bad term to use, but as they mature, if they're very young, they can mature out of some of the symptoms and not quite be 5 out of 9, maybe 4 or 3. How's that? Is that better? It's extremely common for young females to have some sort of eating disorder for a small time in their young life and then grow out of it. They didn't go seek help. I bet a lot of you females experience that problem. A 27-year-old man who will not get help no matter what, who abuses people, not apologetic, doesn't process it, face it, keeps doing it, is not going to get any better, is not going to grow out of it. It's about stress. So he's not functioning, and he's doing things that psychologically damaging his own self, his own self-worth, his own self-esteem, his own self-respect. He's just not aware of it. This kind of stress will damage him more. He will get worse. Typically, someone like him, if he has, say, high spectrum, low functioning, borderline personality disorder, never gets help, keeps doing this and living this way, he'll have medical issues. He might develop addictions to cope and stuff, but typically they gain weight as they get older in life and die much younger. Could be 55, about 20 years younger than average. That would be my guess from what you've told me about him, his age, not ever going to get help, keep doing this, he's going to get worse, not better. And the part of you that feels good about hearing that is okay. There's a German word for it. You guys know it? A German word for driving some kind of pleasure out of somebody else's failures. It's okay. Let's just not obsess on that. That's it, guys. Thank you very much for all your questions, all your support, all your likes. You guys give me a lot more likes this time. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 10%. I'm trying to get to 10% of you liking my videos. If you guys want coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com. Like, subscribe. Love yourself first. Thank you. Bye-bye.